Hey Eddie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How was your break?
I had a good break. It was a time to rest and also time to connect with friends. Mhm.
Yeah, I hear you. I just did a lot of
Not not
schoolwork.
not to mention eating of turkey.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So much turkey.
Mm.
Let's see. All right. Let me bring up the consent. Okay. Actually, I think you have to. It says it's not able to become a thing on mine.
Oh, damn.
Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah, I can share.
Yeah, there we go. All right. The purpose of this consent to video record will grant permission for a live taping of an actual interview. Any discussed topics will be offered voluntarily and will be held in strict confidentiality by the student partners and their instructor. This information will be recorded and submitted for an instructor review. Feedback will be offered from the instructor related to specific references made during the recording. If this material is to be used as part of an open course instruction, any names or identifying information will be changed to protect the anonymity of the students in the recording. So, do you consent and understand about being recorded?
Yeah, I consent and fully read and understood the consent to video recording.
All right, sounds good. So, since we're here, what is something you've learned in this course so far?
Yeah, Psycho 2 has been a very interesting and very informative course to me. I've actually picked a lot of relevant information that I think is gonna be of help in my career and even in my personal growth as an individual. Just to say a bit that in this course, I've learned to be a better understanding person through the various communication aspects of communication that I've learned. Looking at skills like active listening, whereby if I'm dealing with my clients, I should give them an attention. Looking at other skills like maybe eye contact, though some may argue that not everyone will prefer to have a maintained eye contact because that depends on maybe the social background of a person. You realize that some clients tend to shy off if you give them direct eye contact. So, as a counselor, or one of the things that I've learned in this course is that, in as much as I'm required to give my clients eye contact, I must be able to weigh the situation because some clients, the moment you maintain straight eye contact, you're just making them to shy away from having a conversation with you. I don't know if if you've ever experienced some people like that.
Yeah, plenty in where I work, where some are very much like beaming into your soul. Others, they don't want to look at you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so that's been a great takeaway for me. I never thought of it as deep as I got to learn in this Psych 102. Another thing that has uh, been like a great lesson to me in this Psych 102 is the difference between secret and confidentiality. So many
Ooh.
times you say, "Oh, you tell me this, it will be a secret." But there's no secret in job. When you're working, you don't have a secret with your clients. You can only tell them that whatever you say in confidence will remain in confidence. But I'm a mandated reporter, so if it is something that requires me to speak out, I love to speak out. But having a secret that is very intimate, it's so personal, which is not professional. So that's been a very great takeaway for me in this Psych 102 that I think is gonna make me a better professional, better equipped to handle the kind of plans I'm dealing with.
Yeah, 100%. I honestly forgot about the secret versus confidentiality. I'm actually glad you mentioned that. I don't think I would have remembered that. So, what about it like stuck out to you besides the whole mandated reporter thing?
Yeah. You know the clients that we deal with. Uh, there's some information that sometimes they might share that really require you to speak out. Let's say, for example, a client that has suicidal thoughts. A client comes to you and tells you that, I've been having this suicidal feeling, or maybe confesses to you that, I'm planning to do such a stuff that actually, if you keep quiet with, it might cause more havoc or more harm. Then that is when the mandated reporter comes in. So in such kind of a situation, being a mandated reporter, I'm required to actually speak out rather than being silent. So that is where we talk about confidentiality. They shared it in confidentiality with you, meaning that you're not supposed to reveal the information to like just random people, but there are some specific people that you're supposed to kind of report such kind of issues to. And that is a difference between secret, because if it was secret, it will just be between you and the client. But in this case, because you're a mandated reporter, I have an obligation of sharing such information. I can assure them that I'll keep in confidence, but there comes a time when now you need to share with relevant people that kind of information.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what would you say is the biggest difference between a secret and confidentiality? Because I feel like, honestly, I would get those two mixed up if I just heard them
Mhm.
for the first time.
Yeah, a secret is intimate. Like when you're having you have secrets with friends, you have secrets with maybe family or maybe your partner. It doesn't really require you to like share it out when, especially, let's say a friend confesses or tells you something that is personal. You're not obligated to reveal it, but confidentiality just means that whatever is said, especially when it comes to a mandated reporter, you can share it, but you can share it with relevant people. You can't just go out there and just talk about it, but you can share it with the relevant people. Maybe you can share it with your supervisors. Let's say, for example, it is an health related issue. In as much as the client has told you, you can share it with maybe your nurse, maybe some practitioner, because you're a mandated reporter. That breaks the difference.
All right. Yeah, that makes plenty of sense. So, what is something you are going to take away from like what you've learned in this course throughout this semester.
Yeah. So, I also learned something another takeaway that I also learned is how our body reacts to different kind of scenarios or different happenings. You realize that our body, we have neurotransmitters, and that brings the aspect of polyvagal theory, where yeah, there's a lot of takeaway that we can have in this course, where we have the vagal state. The vagal state is a state of normalcy where your body is relaxed. Then we have what do you call it? Vagal? Yeah, we have vagal state, and I'm forgetting the other one. Yeah, the dorsal. Yeah, if I remember. So at the dorsal state, at the vagal state, am I mixing them? So we have vagal, that is the state of normalcy. Really? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but you have where you have also the fight and fleet hormone, or fight or fleet, whereby your body responds to various kind of circumstances that appear to challenge the normal state of the mind or the body. And lastly, we have the dorsal stage, maybe a stage whereby the body has tried to fight or maintain normalcy, and maybe it's given up, or so it's just like it's dormant. So that is another takeaway that I've come with. Other than that, I've also learned about empathy. So,
Yeah, that was a
uh,
pretty big point for throughout this course was empathy and communication and how we attend to others. Really,
yeah, for a very long time, I've confused I've had a difficulty distinguishing sympathy and empathy. Sometimes you just feel like, okay, I empathize with you, but you really don't really know that empathizing means like you're not supposed to bring your personal bias or personal judgment, but you're supposed to feel the individuals at their own state. You're supposed to reason with them from their own perspective rather than bringing your own perspective. You have to feel it with them, not feel it for them. That becomes very
yeah,
distinct.
yeah, that's a great way to put it. I wish I had said that in my interview.
Mm.
But what is it? With the couple of minutes we have left, is there anything you would tell somebody when they're first starting this course that really helped you, like, or something you struggled with that you would have others look out for?
I think one of the greatest things that I would tell somebody who wanna pursue this course is to pursue it with an open mind, because this course offers a lot to learn, a lot to also challenge the traditional mindset that maybe you have before attending this class. Like even when you told that trauma is transmitted from one generation to the other. And that was when I first heard that, I was like, no, how do you transmit trauma from one generation to another? Then when you dive deep into it, you realize that almost every one of us are suffering from a generational related trauma, which is not like really in this generational line. So if you want to go well with this course, you must approach it with a very open mind, because there are things that will really challenge your traditional mindset or traditional way of thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, do you have anything else left to say, or about like any other things about the course or anything?
I think maybe to underscore one challenge that I think I must have experienced is the challenge of time, balancing between the various aspects of the course and navigating through the aspect of life, because you realize that this course has a lot to offer other than just what we learn in class. If you like want to dive or like deep, dig deeper into whatever you're learning, you realize that you'll meet a lot of materials that really require your time, and balancing it with work might be a challenge. But it's worth it's worth it.
Yeah, I think that was great. So it was really great seeing you again and hearing your takeaway.
Great. Thank you for creating time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for sharing, and hopefully, I will see you in the next semester.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.